Well, howdy, friends. K-Dog back here. Time for another DVD and Blu-ray update. I figured I better do this pretty soon before it gets to be too much. There's a lot of stuff down here and that I want to show off and talk about. Okay, as I mentioned in the last video, last DVD and Blu-ray update, I said I wasn't really big into Bond. Well, that kind of sparked a little fuel to the fire to go out and pursue more films, because around that time, Best Buy was still trying to... well, it started with Best Buy, is that they had some, the after Christmas sales where people are returning stuff and stuff for New Year's, because the last video I recall is December the 28th, so it was just before New Year's. So I managed since then. Now you see this stack right here? That's most of the Bond movies. So far, I'm missing 2. And I will complete the whole entire Bond film series. We got on DVD From Russia with Love, $5, Best Buy. Goldfinger, again, Best Buy. And this is DVD, so I was able to get this fairly cheap. Thunderball, which I got at Dave's video, paid a little bit more, about $6. You Only Live Twice on Blu-ray, and I got this one off of Amazon, $8. On Her Majesty's Secret Service, got from a store called Game Exchange, or Game Exchanger, and on DVD. And again from Amazon, Diamonds Are Forever. Again, Amazon, Live and Let Die on Blu-ray. The Spy Who Loved Me on DVD from Big Lots, $5. Moonraker, which I believe came from Best Buy, $5. For Your Eyes Only, came from Big Lots, and it was $5. Octopussy came from Game Exchanger, and this was $3. A View to a Kill, $15, and this was from Meyer in Marion. The Living Daylights, Game Exchanger, $3. License to Kill, Big Lots, $3, I believe. If it wasn't $3, it was $5. Goldeneye, which was from Dave's video, paid $3.99 for. Tomorrow Never Dies, DVD, paid $5.99 for. Die Another Day, $3.99 on DVD at Walmart. Then Quantum of Solace, $5 at Walmart. And Skyfall $22.99 at Meijer. So there, I have most of the Bond films. Previously, as I've shown before, I have Casino Royale and Dr. No. But I'm missing two, and I plan to get those fairly soon. Probably be through Amazon, because just the brick and mortar stores are getting tough to find those. I probably will get the box set eventually, where I have all the movies on Blu-ray, but as you can see, it was kind of a mix match of what media it's on, and I really don't mind, because as long as it's on the disc-based media, I can watch it on my TV and go from there. But yeah, I am looking forward to completing Bond. You may notice I also have the films in order that they were released, so I can follow that way, even though that's not a real good way of following James Bond, because the books are completely out of order from what the films are. So there we go. And next up is the rest of the haul I've gotten over the past few weeks. At Walmart, I was able to pick up the 25th anniversary edition of Big in this nice DVD and Blu-ray combo pack. This did have a music box in it. Like the thing oh, there we go. It has one of those things that you find in a card. You play the little music there, and it's a DVD and Blu-ray combo pack with a whole boatload of features on the back, all about the making. It has, which also includes the original theatrical cut and the extended cut, which would be interesting to take a look at. But yeah, Tom Hanks and Big. The reason why I say it was one of these things, because the button here on my shelf, it was packed in tight enough to where it pushed the button in a little too far, so I almost thought it was done. Now, speaking of James Bond, this is one of the unofficial Bond movies. There's at least two that I can think of. There's this one, and then there's Never Say Never Again. But there's this film, which is Casino Royale. Now, a lot of people think that this movie is actually is what the official Bond movie, Casino Royale, is actually a remake of this. A lot of people think that. And when really it's not. This is a spoof movie. This is actually a parody of the James Bond franchise. As a matter of fact, MGM did not even originally release this movie. It was originally Columbia Pictures, but then the Ian Fleming and United Artists, they said, we own the name because we own the book. So, and it's just called Casino Royale. It has nothing to do with the actual book. The only affiliation is James Bond and the name, and that's it. And next up, I got this on Blu-ray, even though I got the rest of the seasons on DVD. I couldn't find the Blu-ray version of that, but it's Duck Dynasty Season 4. Yeah, good family show. There is a little crazy stuff in there, but it's a good family show. There's good morals, and anybody who hates Phil Robertson and hates what he had to say, I'm sorry, but he told the truth, and if you don't like that, and maybe you should just, I don't know, just forget about it. Just go on. I mean, because it's so screwed up the way our morals are, and this is a show what really should be. Now, next up, I did an official Blu-ray upgrade. I upgraded my DVD copy of Grease to blue with the Rockin Rydell version. Yeah, the Rockin Rydell edition of Grease. And next up, I've been wanting to see this film for quite some time because I heard the YouTube channel, the Cinephiles, talk about this movie. They talked about it as part of their American Westerns. And it was a Western I never really heard of until they mentioned it. And it is The Long Riders, which actually has brothers that are actors playing these gangsters. Not these gangsters, but, these outlaws. You have the Carradines, you have the Keaches, you have the Quaids, and you have the guests. David, Keith, and Robert Carradine, James and Stacy Keach, Dennis and Randy Quaid, Christopher and Nicholas Guest. And this is a film directed by Walter Hill, who had just, when was this? 1980. Who had just had his success with the Warriors, I guess. Next up, I was kind of waiting to see if I could find the Blu-ray edition of this, but I was unsuccessful in finding that. And it's the original film adaptation of The Lord of the Rings, directed by Ralph Bakshi. And have not even sat down to watch this yet. A lot of people, of course, I understand there would be some problems with this movie because you're condensing what Peter Jackson told in a total of over 6 hours to tell the whole story. You're compressing that down to one movie and telling that in 2 hours and 14 minutes. So, yeah, I understand why some people would take issue with it, but and some people think it's a classic just as a movie in itself. Next up, I was always curious about this movie because I always keep watching the trailers and things like that. And it's the Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez film, Grindhouse. And now, this is the version I opted to get because obviously they put 2 different versions out where they had the films that are featured separately. They were released separately. And what this has is actually the theatrical way you saw in the actual movie theater. And it has the fake trailers beforehand. It has you watch it as if you saw it in the movie theater. You don't get the option to watch the clean print. You watch it with scratches and all, with the missing reels. It's just a fun flick to watch. I mean, because obviously they couldn't pull off a real Grindhouse movie in this day and age. Just for political correctness reasons and for the general viewing public that they couldn't do it, because that was the whole joke behind the missing reels thing, because that would be where there would be a scene where it would be a little too graphic, and plus part of the joke was it being because they actually did have grindhouses back in the 70s and 80s, and the whole point is like there was a missing reel, you would miss key block points, and there would be scenes just totally chopped up and butchered just for stupid reasons. Yeah, the whole Grindhouse thing. Next up, and I was really looking forward to this when I got it, and I'm really disappointed in what Disney has done quality-wise. And it's Muppet Treasure Island and the Great Muppet Caper. Now, I just recently, as a matter of fact today, I submitted a complaint to the Walt Disney Company because there is a quality problem with this disc. I am not kidding you. What happened was, when I go to play this disc, the Great Muppet Caper plays fine. But Muppet Treasure Island, when I go to play it, you can't hear any of the dialogue. All you hear is some post-production sound effects and some of the score. And that's it. And there is no feature on here for an isolated music track. And however, the commentary turns up, the other languages turn up. You can hear it in French and Spanish, but the English DTS 5.0 mix, or the 5.1, whatever the heck it is not there. There is no dialogue. So I submitted a letter to through quality control to Walt Disney, and hopefully they send me a replacement disc on this. And next up is I upgraded my copy of Poseidon, which is the 2005 or 2006 remake of the Poseidon Adventure. I actually really enjoyed this movie when it came out. Yeah, did it need to be made? No, but you know, it's. I had fun watching it. You know, it was nothing really spectacular, even though there's some very groundbreaking visual effects shots in it, because it was the first time. Not the first time, but the most detailed work done on a digital screen. Digital special effects. It was the most detailed in terms of actually doing a ship and making it look realistic, which was done by Industrial Light and Magic. So there we go. Okay, next up, I have the 1978 version of the Invasion of the Body Snatchers. The Invasion of the Body Snatchers, directed by Philip Kaufman, starring Donald Sutherland, Leonard Nimoy, Jeff Goldblum, and Veronica Cartwright. Yeah, kind of wanted to check this one out. I've heard some good things about it. And last, but most certainly not least, I am a big fan of this guy's work. I think he is a good documentarian in talking about issues that occur in the country of the United States and how it affects the American people. And who am I talking about? None other than the Maverick himself, Michael Moore, in his first documentary, Roger and Me. I surprisingly had never seen this until just now. This is the one that started it all. This was the movie that gave him his claim to fame in terms of a documentarian, because in this film is about the downfall of General Motors and how at the time they closed a plant in Flint, Michigan, his hometown of Flint, Michigan, and all the people that it impacted. with loss of jobs and how a lot of the crime went up, and how some of the people tried to go to other jobs and they couldn't maintain them. It's just, this is the world we live in today, and it's just how we go through all this stuff, and it's not supposed to happen. It is corporate greed. So that's my DVD and Blu-ray haul. Got some goodies. I gotta say that, even though it's mixed match, DVD and Blu-ray, and I would like to have everything on Blu-ray, but with these prices, it's kind of hard to pass up some stuff that you definitely want to see on some form or another. So from me to you, see you later.